Take one.
Woo!
That's so professional.
That's very professional.
It's very professional in this makeshift space. But hey guys, that's not professional. Hey guys, welcome to Talks and Sips, where fun is the best chaser. Yes, this is your weekly silly podcast that's going down, and I am your host, Jess Cisneros, aka J Fox ? Some people call me that, some people don't. You know, you can call me whatever you want, baby. It's all good. Anyway, I'm helping you get through your ebbs and flows of another sip-worthy week this week. And, we have a guest today. His name is...
KJ. My name is KJ.
My name is KJ. KJ, is your name KJ short for something, or is it just KJ?
It is, yeah. It stands for Keith Joey.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Are you
serious? Yeah, do you want to see my driver's license?
Yeah, I do want to see your license.
It has my full name on there. It's funny. I feel like
what?
a lot of people think that that's like not a real
thing. For the internet? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, don't show the numbers on camera.
It's gonna be DL. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Wow. 6969.
Oh my gosh, you are Keith Joey.
Keith Joey.
Hold on. Keith Joey.
Yeah.
Sadural. Did I say it?
Yeah.
Sick.
It's pretty good.
It's Joey.
Yeah, that's the other caveat. It's spelled Joey spelled with an H.
It's Joey,
which I was never a fan of, but my parents, I guess, just love the. Well, it's a common.
I was gonna make a joke. I was like, were they into what's that movie with the chicken that's always fighting Peter?
A Family Guy?
Yeah, remember? They're like, it's a cool whip.
The cool whip.
The cool whip.
The cool whip. No, I think my parents. I think my parents have ever seen an episode of Family Guy.
They'd be like, what is this garbage?
Yeah. No, I was just going to say it's a common Filipino thing to have two names.
Oh.
Like two first names. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but it says first name Keith Joey. Like, it's not even like a middle name.
No,
It's like
you're right.
It's two first names. And then it's really confusing because then everybody growing up called me Joey. Mm-hmm. And I was like, but legally my name is Keith. So I decided, like, I think it's just easier if I go by KJ from now on. And I think
it's sick. It fits you so well.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I could never call you Keith. I feel like that's
such a weird name.
So weird. Hey Keith, it's what do you say? 7:18, time to take a shot, or what do you say normally?
Oh yeah, it's the 18th minute of every. That's a.
Where does that come from?
Okay, so you obviously know Hot Ones, right?
Yeah.
You have to know Hot Ones.
Yeah.
So he says at the very end, at the last dab, he says it's tradition around here that you do a little extra on the last dab, and then he says you don't have to if you don't want to.
Oh.
And I really love that. So I don't know. I had some friends over one day, and we were having drinks, and I was just like, guys, it's the 18th minute. And on the 18th minute of every hour, you have to take a shot. You don't have to if you don't want to. I literally just stole it from Hot Ones.
But it's not even stolen. Just the part you don't have to if you don't want to, which is just a courtesy.
Yeah, I guess.
Which is you being nice.
But usually everybody has to. I feel like when I say that, people are more inclined to actually do the shot.
They're socially obligated.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are, what your location is at the time, right? You're either at your house or at the bar or whatever, at the karaoke bar. And that's I feel like when I've come to your events, I'm like, we had Friendsgiving and you did that at my event. And I was like,
I did do that at your event. Did anyone do it though? I feel like half the people there actually weren't drinking. So
I do live like a million miles from everybody. So to be fair, we do not condone drinking and driving on this show.
No, we don't.
But what you sipping today, KJ?
Oh, I literally just got this Americano. I actually asked for a drip coffee, and the guy was like,
"We don't have that.
I have to brew a whole new batch." Because I was telling you,
sorry, I was like, what?
Yeah, we started like 20 minutes late because I was literally at the coffee shop around the corner trying to get just a plain drip coffee.
Yeah.
I could already see that he was busy. I was like, let me just ask for the easiest thing. And then they didn't have any brewed. So then he was like, I can just make you an Americano. It'll be faster. And I was like, all right, sure.
And an Americano is like, what, espresso and water, right?
And hot water, yeah.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like... No, I don't want it. I'm good. Thank you.
You drink coffee though, right?
I do. I actually am an avid coffee drinker, but I'm like the milk. I don't necessarily need your sugar, but I'm honestly really good with like having a half cup of coffee with half milk. So that's not necessarily a latte, since that would be like espresso, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want all the milk. I don't need all that milk because I'm lactose.
Oh, okay.
But I just want like something so I don't feel like I'm drinking burnt water the whole time.
Yeah.
It's really, really for, it just helps me like be alive. It helps
Yeah.
me function.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I don't drink it, I get a headache.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So I guess I'm really dependent. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
God. Anyway, so
Yeah,
I feel so bad that this man was like, oh, you're going to make me do my job.
Yeah. Everybody was coming up to him and being like, "Oh, sorry, I actually asked for this, and you gave me this," and I was like, "Poor guy.
Yeah.
He was the only one there."
That's fair. I mean, it could have been closed. And I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's totally messed up because then that means he doesn't make any money. But that's just hard. Like, where do you find the in between? On the flip of the coin, he's open for business, doing his best, and you commend him for it, even though half his coworkers called in sick today. Or on the other side, you could be like, you're not doing a great job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
are you hurting yourself more than you're actually helping yourself? Are people going to be writing the bad Yelp reviews? Are you so like overwhelmed that you're getting orders wrong? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was literally thinking about that as I was like waiting. I was just like, I don't think it's entirely his fault. Like there's gotta be some sort of like management
Someone dropped the
thing.
ball
Yeah,
here,
someone
and
dropped
we're
the ball.
not blaming him.
And I don't think it's him necessarily. So I was like, it's all good. Like I was just trying to stay patient. Like, I just feel bad for being late.
No, you're good. Actually, I didn't have a recording, but I had a recording for work before this where I kind of just like was taking notes and stuff.
Yeah.
And after the stories that they shared, I was like, oh, okay, like, man, everyone's really on a journey.
Yeah.
We're all on a journey. It looks different for everybody. They were
Yeah.
sharing Bahama stories, which you think, man, these stories are probably like amazing. They probably went out, had a great ass time. And you're like, oh, this was like the movie Taken almost in real life.
Wait, what?
I know.
Who do you know that it was almost taken?
Well, not necessarily Taken, but it was really,
Yeah.
really sketchy. It was for work. It's Nicole Byer and Sashir. They run the podcast called Best Friends, which
Okay.
ironically comes out today too. So if you guys
Oh,
want to
wow.
hear that story, we just recorded it today. So basically, it'll come out the same day this comes out. So
Oh, amazing.
Basically, listen to this and then go listen to that and then keep me employed. Thanks. But speaking of your kofefe or your burnt your burnt water out there.
Yeah.
You normally you're a mixer, man. You're a man of fine taste. I've seen you at Dirty Laundry down the street in Hollywood.
The stomping grounds.
The stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Why are we having coffee today?
Why are we having coffee today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll allow myself to have coffee until like 4 p.m.
Okay.
Is my rule. I abide by that. Like.
But why aren't you having like a mixed drink instead?
Oh, you're talking about alcohol.
Alcohol.
Well, it's never too early for alcohol. I would
No.
definitely have an alcoholic drink. But I've committed to a dry January already, and I'm gonna stick to it. I think we're already like halfway through the month, right? Yeah.
So we're recording this on the 14th.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're 2 weeks in, so I really have 2 more weeks to go. Yeah, so I don't know. I went really hard for the holidays.
Yeah.
And I don't know, dry January, I just like the sound of it. Actually, my roommate, who you know, Sarita was the one that was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it," and I was like, "Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'm gonna do it too because it's also a lot easier when we're both doing something like that, you know, where we're like, glasses are fogging.
Are you fogging up?
I think it's the coffee. Whenever
Are
I
you
take a
warm?
sip.
Is your body warm
It
right
is-
now?
I am warm, very warm.
He is
right
very
now.
warm right now. I guess we don't need to see
See what?
exactly.
Oh, the glasses. yeah.
I'm making a joke of like, now you're gonna go blind and it's fine.
No. Actually, this is more so for like when I'm on the computer staring and editing for
long
like
time.
a long time. These are blue light blocking too, so they have like
I
this like
see it.
weird like blue
Yeah.
like reflection. So
Okay, fun fact. I just went to the optometrist on the 2nd.
yeah.
I haven't been back to the optometrist in 2 years. And so I go and I'm like, okay. And she tells me like, all right, this is your old prescription. This is your new prescription. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going blind. You know? And she's like, no, you're
Are you
not
wearing
that
contacts?
bad. Yeah, I'm wearing contacts right now
okay.
for recording. And here's why. Because I also wear glasses. I tend to wear contacts more often. And that's just because of like the camera and just kind of always being ready to go. Like,
Yeah.
But the other reason is because a while ago, because again, haven't been to the optometrist in 2 years, I ordered these glasses that I had tried on at a different optometrist 2 years before that. And 2 years before that, I had bangs and I had silver hair, like silver white hair.
Wow.
And I tried on these really cute, beautiful clear glasses, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so fucking cute. Oh my God. And then they told me they were like, and at the time I wasn't, whatever, they were like $500 without prescription. And I know I'm blind, so add another 250 to that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I was like, I can't buy these. And so I didn't 4 years ago. And so then fast forward to 2 years ago and go backwards to 2 years ago. I'm at the optometrist and they're like, well, these are the ones that come with your plan. And I'm like, these are all hideous. Yeah. And so like, I don't have a strong side profile. And I also, I know I'm getting into like the weirdest parts of it, but just hear me out.
No. This is really important.
It's important. Yeah. I don't have like big cheekbones or an elongated nose, but I do have like a little triangle nose. And so I find that I can't just wear any glasses. Give me your glasses.
No, I agree with you already.
It's crazy.
Here, you can try those
because it makes your face. So like I'm gonna put these on, and like it probably.
I think those work.
No fucking way. I think those work actually right now.
Yeah, take a look.
Oh my God, they fucking work. What the fuck? Okay, this never happens, you guys.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I was in the office. I was in the office for a while to pick these out because it was the same thing where they were like, this is what you have to choose from. And I was like, oh God, like I'm going to be here for a while. Like, just to let you guys know, like, I don't want to commit to a pair and I'm going to be paying hundreds of dollars for.
Hundreds of dollars.
Not like them, you know what I mean?
It's like, I have a firm belief that between pads and glasses, they should be free.
Oh yeah, I
didn't ask to bleed and I didn't ask to be blind. These things just happened to me.
That's a good point. Definitely pads. I can see glasses maybe being justified a little bit, but
it's so funny. I have a friend.
Maybe health insurance just as a whole.
I mean, I have it, but it's still not cheap.
No, it's not.
It's still like
not cheap.
You pay like what? They're like, we'll cover $50 of this $300 bill. And you're like, God damn. You did nothing. You paid for the taxes.
Right.
I do have a friend, side tangent. She confessed to me, and I won't reveal names. I'm not doxing I'm not even going to say how close we are. I'm not doxing this woman, but she was like, I haven't paid for pads in years. She goes, I go to the store, I do self-checkout, and I do not scan my pads. And I was like, holy shit, what a revelation.
Yeah.
She doesn't do it. And she was like, I didn't ask for this.
Specifically for pads.
Yeah, so. She'll literally buy like the fucking $8 lipstick that's the size of my thumb. Like she'll go off and buy the tortillas. She'll buy everything else. But she will not pay for the pads. She's like, I didn't ask for this. I shouldn't have to pay for this. I was like, you are fucking bold. If you're going to go to jail for any reason, let it be pads.
Yeah. And I don't even think they can get you for that.
They're going to be like, I don't know what to do here, officer.
Morally, like, I think she's in the clear. That's so funny. I remember being at a comedy show in Chicago, and the first time I'd ever heard about somebody just like going to self-checkout and taking things was this guy who he was going to self-checkout, and he was doing this whole bit where he said like, anything that I had with me, I would just scan and input as a banana. Oh my So that God. He's actually still scanning and paying for something technically, but everything is just priced as 29 cents per banana. And then he said one time he got caught, and like they literally like went up to him and they were like, "Sir, like these aren't bananas like in your bag." So
this whole situation is bananas.
Yeah.
But these aren't bananas in your bag.
These are not bananas in your bag.
That's commendable.
That is, it's very commendable.
Like, I've come to learn recently that there's a term I kind of came up with, and it's like, you know how the world is always telling you, like, believe in yourself, have confidence, like, work hard, all this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And I have this thing that I've been saying, which is like, some people have misplaced confidence. And I'm like, and sometimes I'm like, that in that moment, that man had some misplaced confidence that it was not going to crash and burn around him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. And I say it for myself too. I'm like, I don't know why I thought I could do that. I fucked that up. My misplaced confidence, it led me astray.
I think that like so I've been dabbling with confidence over the past year, and I think that it's never regrettable to like have it, even if it's misplaced. You know what I mean? I feel like you never regret like having.
I'm definitely not saying not to have it, but I am saying like
it's always still awkward.
opportunity.
Yeah, it's still awkward when you're
Growing
like,
pains.
oh, I was super confident and was wrong, but you know what? That's on me.
Yeah. You're like, but I learned from it. Okay.
But I learned. Yeah.
It's okay. Speaking of the bananas, so I'm having here in this cute little cup.
Yes.
Oh, isn't it cute? I love like when they print on stainless steel. I'm like, I like silver, but it doesn't always just have to be silver.
Yeah, no, there's no character in regular.
I don't know what this is though.
Stainless
I don't know
steel.
what kind of leaves these are. I have no idea.
Yeah,
It's just cute.
They're just leaves. Oh, so bananas though. So what is it?
Yeah, there's like
what
what is that drink that like if you don't drink it within 45 minutes it goes brown? Oh, naked. The
Oh,
naked
is that
drink.
what it is?
Yeah, I have a naked drink.
Naked drink? Isn't that? Don't they usually come in a?
A little guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
but-
like you're saying, like once you open it, they go.
They start going bad. Like, have you ever had the green machine naked drink or whatever? You never had those?
It's been a while since I've had a.
They're really like the consistency is so thick
Yeah.
Thick with 3 C's. Thick. But that's what I'm having today. And just to circle back on that story, I too did end up at the optometry for about 2 hours that day. And
Oh, yeah.
45 minutes or 30 minutes was the actual appointment to get your eyes checked. The rest was me like, okay, let me put my hair up. Okay, let me put my hair down. And then like, I don't know, like 30 pairs of glasses later.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we get it. And guess what? I ended up going with my first choice.
Really, the very first ones.
first choice.
Yeah. But
So-
you still have to try the other ones to know,
know.
like whether or not that first choice was still like instinctual.
Yeah. I ended up getting blue light on these because
Oh,
the clear
good.
ones that I already owned before my appointment this year don't have it. So anytime I wear them, I think the holiday special episode that I did, I had my glasses on and it's just like reflective AF.
Yeah, that's another thing for camera. It's not
just not.
really appealing. Yeah.
So then I just go every day.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the point where I'm like annoyed by these glasses yet, but I hear contact wearers complain a lot
Dude,
about contact.
I'm rubbing my eyes left and right. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ruining my makeup.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that.
No, yeah, because you're like
And then
on your lid. Sometimes you get an itchy eyelid and you're like, hold on. I didn't see no dog poop. What the heck? Anyway, like, I don't think contacts are necessarily the healthiest for your eyes either. Like, the fact that I
I
can't,
don't think they are.
like, if you've ever cut onions with them on, I don't cry.
Really?
I feel invincible.
That's a superpower.
Exactly. But then I'm like, wait, does that mean I'm not getting air on my eyeballs, right? Is that what that means? It has
Oh,
to
like
be.
it's like a
Like-
a suction
like a
cup, just
suction
like kind of
cup.
like blocking everything from your
Yeah.
eyes. I could see that maybe.
Anyway, but the thing is that it's like a two-edged sword. I can't go and get laser eye surgery, which I almost did in my early 20s, because it's like all I am looking at all the time is screens.
You talking about LASIK?
Yeah,
Why can't you get LASIK?
because I'm going to go blind again anyways,
What do you mean? Like it's because it like?
because I stare at screens too much.
Oh, you're saying like it's not gonna do you any good. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what-
Yeah, but so I've been hearing a lot about LASIK, and I hear that it's like you get it, and then you like have to definitely get it again, like
Yeah.
like 5-10 years later, something crazy like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on the timeline there, but
And it feels like it's invasive, and I don't know. Maybe I just watched Final Destination way too many times, and I saw what happened to that girl, and I was like, no.
I don't know. I feel like I've been hearing more and more people be like, it's worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just the idea of like a laser in your eye.
Yeah,
Sounds
they're
scary.
like they cut the top and then they flip it open, and I'm like, what are they doing
What?
in my
Yeah, that's
eyeballs?
terrifying.
And you're awake.
And you're
Well, as opposed
Yeah,
to
okay,
being
yeah,
like
it's
on
like-
anesthesia,
it's definitely like a lot scarier when you're just talking about it. But,
right?
like
You're like,
you know,
oh, I don't want that,
like what if something goes wrong? Like what do you guys like? Am I guaranteed a free eyeball?
dude.
My-
Speaking of which, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say this is kind of random, but my friend was telling me about a client of hers. She's a trainer, and I think it was a client of hers, or maybe it was just another friend of hers
Uh-huh.
that like went to some place. I think it was in India, to get the color of her eye changed. It's an
Shut
operation that's like a real thing now. Yeah, and then she got them changed from like a darker color to like a blue.
No.
Yeah, just like a bright blue.
How do you do that?
I don't know. Apparently, it's probably something surgical. I would imagine.
Obviously,
some sort of injection, maybe.
But are they like one? How are you not blind? It's so like the pupil's like right there, and it expands and it closes. And then two, like, are you getting rid of pigmentation? Are you adding pigmentation?
Right, yeah.
Like, what the fuck are
what's
we doing?
going on? Yeah, something with pigmentation. And I mean,
That's
I would never do it, but I was
wild.
like, what if I like had my eyes just like changed to red?
Oh my God. And that's so crazy because people are going out and getting like tattoos and stuff. And they're going with people who they think like, oh, this person does this. Like, you tattoo my eyes. So they, the white of my eyes, or tattoo this, right? Like, I want to look a certain way. And people are going fucking blind. Like, they're going to people like, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah,
Bitch, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Just admit, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's like a weird thing because it's like that's not an established like operation, you know? So it's like, how do I know you're going to do a good job with it? I don't know. Like the idea of surgery is terrifying me. I've never like broken a bone or anything like
really?
that. Yeah, I've never had major surgery done.
I didn't have to have major surgery for my wrist when it broke because I didn't break skin. But it was, it fucking sucked. I'll tell you that.
How did you break your wrist?
I got into a car accident on COVID year.
Oh, fuck. COVID year? You mean 2020?
Yeah,
Oh,
February
shit.
2020, February 11th. I remember because it was like, I drove myself to the orthopedic with my broken wrist.
Fuck, you drove yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you can. I mean, I drive with.
Well, it was my right hand too.
Oh, okay. So,
And I'm right-handed.
yeah.
And so that was really fun. No, actually, it was so stupid. It was the most minuscule thing ever. I was pulling out of a parking spot along the sidewalk, and the street, like the way the street I was on is a little one in Burbank, and then the street perpendicular behind me is a really, really big main street, and so a lot of semi trucks go into the street.
Oh, God.
And so way the street it narrows basically. It starts wide and it narrows in. And so I'm pulling out and I don't see him at all. But this guy, because he was making a right into the street, he like was hauling booty. So he can't see me pulling out. I can't see him. And then basically he ends up getting closer and closer to me, like as I'm barely moving out of my spot.
Yeah.
And he basically the steps, like his passenger step thing or whatever, for when
like on the side of
on the side
yeah,
of the
yeah,
truck,
yeah.
like basically clips the side of my in front of my left tire. And so I'm like, oh no, because I felt him getting closer, and so I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna brake. And then I was holding onto the steering wheel like 10 and 2 or like 9 and 3 really, really tight.
Yeah.
And so because I clenched up and I felt him
fuck.
coming and it bumped me over, it
fuck.
like it broke right here.
Holy
Just
shit.
a clean cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your car like actually moved a bit.
It just bumped me a little bit to the right, and I actually almost got sandwiched between him and another parked car. But
Fuck.
because ironically I turned the wheel, basically I clenched up and like turned the wheel a little bit. The tire was kind of facing right, which hit the car next to me, but hit them on their tire. So my car never crashed into another car because the tire was in the way.
So like the tires.
The tires
made
just bumped
contact,
on each other, yeah. And then nothing happened to the truck.
Of course.
Absolutely nothing
Yeah.
happened to it. And then somehow
Jesus.
I was at fault. they blamed.
What?
Yeah, the cop went there and he was like, you should have been paying attention. I was like, hot damn, you suck. And then
that's like the driveways in LA are just
Wild.
unforgiving. Like we can't see.
you can't see.
Like
and Burbank PD are, yeah, I said it, bunch of assholes.
Oh shit! I've never dealt with
Burbank PD.
but I'm sure I don't know. I don't know.
No, it was one in particular. He was just like unbotherable. He was like, okay.
Yeah, it's just whatever,
Yeah.
whatever about it. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I feel like a lot of LA police, LA County traffic officers, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
like they don't actually care about like actual like traffic violations. I feel, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, they're not coming into court to help you or
yeah.
fight you.
No. I see people like blow like red lights and just make illegal moves all the time, and there'll be police right there, and I'm like, they don't care. They've never cared
Oh
about
my
anything like that. Although I was gonna say that I do have a friend. We have a mutual friend that that did get a ticket for like running a red light. I was like, I've never heard of anyone actually getting one in LA. So you must be very unlucky.
Well, she got it like, which is ironic.
I hope it's okay that I can talk about that.
Too bad.
Yes. I won't say her name.
Yeah, we won't say her name. She was near the Orange County, like, not Orange County, what the fuck? She was like in Playa, those type of areas, West Side, Lower West Side. And so I was like, dang, you're never out there. What are the odds that the day you're out there, they're going to get you for something like that? And she's such a old lady driver anyway.
Yeah, she is.
So I'm just like, oh my gosh, out of all people. It's okay, I'm going to court with her. She's like, I've never done this before. I'm like, we'll make a day out of it. We'll go do that. We'll go shopping or something. Yeah. We'll go have lunch.
We'll do fun things around the court appearance.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So you don't feel so bad.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah. Okay. So speaking of cops and stuff, I know there's like a phrase that people say in regards to cops. Is it like no? It's it's what's it? What's the word?
Well, people referring to police.
Cops are bad. Is that
all cops are?
Is it ACAB?
Is that what it is? I've never heard that before. I've heard police referred to as 12, like the number.
Why?
You've never heard that before, like the 12. And maybe I just listen to a lot of hip hop, but
no. Okay? Can you educate me why they're called?
I don't know actually. Should we look it up? I just know that like a common way that cops are referred to is the number 12. You know, like the 12 are coming, the 12 coming.
What is the it's the Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. Yeah, we have to Urban Dictionary it.
Hold on.
For sure. A friend of mine was I was pitching a podcast idea to my friend literally yesterday, and he was like, that'd be so fun, like we should do it. And I'm like, I'm not a podcast producer, like we can't just start one and like expect it to be like great, like we're definitely gonna like warm up to
long time. But a lot of it is too like just consistency, bring high energy.
Which I don't know, like I feel like he's probably capable of it. But
who is it?
It's my friend Danny, actually. Do you remember Danny? He was at the holiday party. Yeah. You
guys went and had like a crazy soiree for his birthday or something?
Oh, yeah. We went to, what was that place called? Main Row?
Yeah, what is that?
In Hollywood. It's like literally a club, like, and then there are just dinner tables around. You know what I mean? So It was very strange, like where you're having dinner and the music's blasting already and there are people dancing literally just like right to your, like right outside your table. And they had like crazy lights. They had like crazy like live performers. And
was
stuff.
it like stripper dim sum or something?
Yeah, like a little like burlesque, like stripper dim sum.
Yeah, you know, like dim sum. You're sitting there at your table and your food just keeps appearing in front of you, and they're like, "Take this, take this." Yeah. Except it's like, ooh, shaking their booties in front of you, and you're like, "Smack this, smack this."
Yeah, no, not quite. Okay. Although I'm sure a place like that actually exists. Yeah. No, this place was like you still had to order, and then they had like a DJ would play for a little bit, and then all of a sudden they had like aerial dancers like hanging from hoops on the ceiling.
My dream, one day
to do.
I would love to dance. Yeah, I'd love to.
There's a school right across the street.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a circ school. Sarita always talks about it.
Oh, I thought it was a circus school. Like for clowning. Are you freaking serious? I was like, damn, clowning is really coming back?
There's a clown school. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of clowns, and I'm probably one of them.
Oh my god.
No, I don't know if they do. Maybe they'll do like circus stuff, but no, it's a circ school. But if you walk down that alley, you can see like the warehouse, and they have like the
You're
hoops.
Blowing my mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you could literally just walk across the street and start taking classes over there.
Oh my god.
I don't know how much it costs, but it looks cool.
I have no desire to be a pole lady, even though it looks cool. It's just, it's done. There's something so sexy about aerial dancing and like being in a circle. Like you are Saturn and this is your ring, baby.
Wow, that is a good point. I mean, it's like when someone starts dancing, like doing aerial dance, it's very hard to like not watch it. You know what I mean? It's very mesmerizing.
Beautiful. Yeah. I think that's why, like, when people go to EDC or any of those type of shows, when people are like doing the little lights and they're doing little circles and then they're doing the yo-yo looking thing with the fire and it's like doing a circular motion. It's just so like beautiful and like arithmetic. Is that a word? I feel like it's just like, look at the rhythm of their movement and flowy and
rhythmic.
Yeah. And so I feel like, same thing when you see an aerial dancer in a ring, she's doing different things and the ring is doing different things and they're both doing different things but doing one thing together. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. And they're literally like spinning so fast and I'm just like, how are you
not throwing up right now?
How are you not throwing up? Or like the thought of falling off that thing, because they were high up. They were like 10 to 12 feet high and there were spotters underneath them.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why? Like, and then imagine
she
all that.
Falls onto your spaghetti.
Yeah,
like,
that's
no!
what I was saying. Onto my filet mignon. Like, oh shit.
Her butt cheek like smacks into the filet mignon. The filet mignon goes flying into your face.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Like, if you want to like have an experience, that place is definitely. And it wasn't that expensive. Like, I mean, I only ordered I think I ordered a pasta or something, but
can't go wrong with the pasta.
I can't go wrong with the pasta. But yeah, no, it was something else. I was just like, oh, like this is exactly the kind of place I'd expect in Hollywood.
Oh my gosh. Well, I want to go next time you guys go. So just
next time that we go, well, we'll have to like
find
plan
an excuse
that.
to go.
Exactly. We'll have to find an excuse because that place was like, we have to be prepared to go there.
Yeah,
I had
there's
no idea what it was.
I'm sure there's like a money thing involved. There's like an emotional state.
Exactly. Yeah. It's emotional state. It's very cool though. Like,
if you had to compare your that moment for you guys to like a scene in a movie, what would you say it was like?
A scene in a movie?
Yeah, where you're like, oh my god, like look at this. This is like.
Yeah, like a Gatsby after party, you know what I mean? Like, because they had like the double stairs going up too, and I was like, this is like Gatsby for sure. Yeah.
Someone's doing coke somewhere right now.
Yeah, and
Oh my god. Speaking of illegal activities, though, according to the Urban Dictionary, ACAB means all coppers are bastards.
All coppers are bastards.
All cops are bastards.
I've never heard ACAB before.
Says originally used by strikers in the UK, spread to prison inmates who often tattooed ACAB on themselves. So then your hip hop, here comes a 12, right? It's why are the police called 12?
12, yeah.
Police are called 12 as a slang term. According to sources, 12 comes from the police radio code 1012, which means that visitors are present in the area where police are going. It's similar to a warning to police that they might have company when they arrive on the scene.
Oh,
interesting.
Interesting. But then why would they be called 12?
Why did they flip it?
They flipped it.
They literally flipped it.
The 12 coming.
In preparation to knowing that you were going to come today, I was like, okay.
Oh, God.
What is it? I remember the conversation where we had, and it's funny because just right now you're telling me how people call cops 12. And I was like, this is great. And one of my favorite memes on the internet right now is this student who had posted pictures of like an Excel doc that their teacher created, and it was essentially like all the new slang terms that they didn't understand. Do you remember? Yeah. And so basically,
I don't know if I've actually seen this though, but like let me see. Oh, it's literally an Excel doc.
It's literally an Excel doc. So if you zoom in,
pull up, come through, obviously put someone on. Yeah. Rashing. I've never heard of that one.
What does it mean on there?
To make fun of someone. I don't know if that one's still used.
Oh my God. Maybe it wasn't as popular. It phased out.
Real one, run that. Secured the bag is one of my favorite things to say.
Oh my God. See?
Do you know what that means?
No.
Secured the bag, money received. Or I think that just, like, for me, that just means, like, secured the bag, like you got what you wanted. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
I love slang.
That's why I was like, oh my God, I have the perfect meme for him.
This was it? Yeah.
I was like.
That's so funny.
Okay. So I'll take this back now that you've seen it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Oops. Now that you've seen it, I'm taking this back. And so basically it's this meme like I said, of a student who took a picture, and it's not even like a screenshot. It's literally a picture of his screen on his computer.
Yeah.
And it's like, my sociology professor keeps an alphabetic list of new slang terms he learns from students, and I will never get over it. Never. And
Never.
so I was like, oh my gosh. And so some of the words on here is like, I remember saying something to someone recently where I was like, oh man, that blah, 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 that slaps. And someone goes, slaps. What does that mean? I was like, oh, it means like it's really good. Like, like good stuff. And they're like, what? And so then in that moment, I was like, oh my God, I feel like it just keeps happening. It's like a vicious circle out there, a vicious cycle. Like, it happened between you and I.
Yeah.
And now it's happening between, like, every time you say something, I'm like, what are you saying, KJ?
Or was that Chris? I think it was at Christmas, right? Where a couple things you were like, what are you saying?
What are you saying? What are the words coming out of your mouth? So, like, for example, I'm dead means that was amusing.
The way you said that just makes it unjustified. Like, none of this makes any sense.
Right? Period with a T means see and quote facts.
Wait, what?
Like, period. You know how Megan Thee Stallion's like, period.
No, I've
You've never heard that one?
I don't know that
they're
one.
Like,
actually.
meow, period.
Meow?
Period. Period, which means facts.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. I don't know if I would ever use that, but yeah.
There's a run that, which you always say.
Run that?
Run that.
Do I? I say that a lot?
You say run that back.
I say run that back,
All the
which
time.
means play it again or, restart it or something. Yeah, which is great. I love run that. Run that back.
Take the L, willingly make a sacrifice. Sus, suspicious and shady.
Everyone should know that one. I think sus is a pretty widely known one. Do you know what get sturdy means?
No.
My friend literally just asked me this yesterday. I was like, I only know this because of my nephew.
Oh my God.
When someone says to like get sturdy, it means like to like get dancy. You know what I mean? Like to start dancing.
Wow, get sturdy means get dancy.
Yeah. Oh
my
like,
God.
can you get sturdy?
I wonder how late we are to this one. This one's probably been out for months. And
This
we don't know.
one's got to be around for a while.
Oh my God.
That's a new one.
Oh, damn it. This man's going to have to add this. Or like we say at the end of the show, like, this is the hot tea section. And so tea obviously meaning gossip.
Yeah.
And then slay, do really well.
Yeah. I love that the definitions are so like proper.
Right?
It makes it a lot funnier.
Stay up means you will be okay.
Stay up. Yeah.
Stay up. And then
10 toes down.
What does that mean?
Same thing.
Oh my God.
10 toes to the ground.
Oh my, I hear it. Put someone on is the act of getting someone on a trend. So in theory, maybe that's what you're doing to me right now.
Yeah.
With
Putting you on to the
lingo.
slang. Yeah. I'm gonna put you on.
And so then it made me find this other one, which is like written out, and I'm like, okay, if those are like modern age slang terms for this poor teacher, I was like, at some point this happened a decade ago, or even 2 decades ago in a different way. So like, for example, I found this meme that's like, bullshit means not true. Dog shit means terrible. Horse shit means nonsense. Ape shit means angry. Bat shit means crazy. And the shit is the best quality.
Wow. I've never thought about it. Like, that's so true. That's so accurate.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Wait, did you pull that? Are you referring to something?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I have
This is the same. Oh my God.
Isn't that wild?
That is wild. That is so true, though.
All of that.
All of that is absolutely true.
And if you think about it, that's super old slang too.
That is pretty, like, ape shit is,
very old.
Very old, yeah.
I do remember, what I love right now about like life in general, as what's his face, Jeff Goldblum would say, life finds a way. And he does this with his hands while he says it.
Finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Is that a quote from like Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I just love that everything goes in like circles. And so, right now all the kids, all the Gen Zs are wearing, they're wearing like 90s 90s clothes. So they're wearing mom jeans and God forbid they have a part on the side of their hair. It's all down the center, which don't ask me why I end up in trend all the time, but I do. I'm like, this just happened because I was very sad 2 years ago and needed a change. And, and all of a sudden everyone's like, wow, you're so Gen Z right now. That's not what I was trying to do, son.
Yeah.
It just happened.
We just get accused for following something that we would have already done anyway.
Exactly. But I do love it that everything's just coming around. So I'm thinking like, okay, what was really popping in the 2000s? Because we're only going to do that again. And even if you think about it, like right now, this year, a lot of women, a lot of the like sports bras that you're seeing out there, they're not just your typical scoop neck. It's like the weird, like I'm missing, like my shirt will be missing a sleeve now. Or like there's a peephole around the top part of the chest of the blouse. And maybe
like actual tops you're saying?
Yeah, like literally fashion.
Oh, yeah. Fashion. Yeah.
And so like fashion is going back to what I was wearing like, you know, when I was like 18 and 19, 17. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, hold on. This is how you stay ahead of the game, bro. This is where we are now, which was 20 years ago now. So like what happened immediately after? And then get into that, and then that'll be trendy.
And then you're just being ahead of it. Yeah, I remember. I think I was getting a haircut actually, and I like my stylist was like, this was like popular back in who knows what year, and I was like, yeah, isn't that weird that like fashion is kind of just like it's just always a cycle of like it's kind of predictable, like maybe not predictable, but like. It's like it's just like this is what it was like back in 2020 2010s whatever, but it's like who's like why do these trends like emerge when they do? And I don't know if it has anything to do with like celebrities, but I feel like it's like when enough people of higher status are seen doing something, it becomes the trend, and then the people that are following are the ones that kind of like set it again. And I don't know how true that is, but I'm like,
I think there's something to it. That's why I love like in Mean Girls, where
Mean Girls.
I fucking love Mean Girls.
Are they doing a second one? Is that a real thing that's gonna happen?
I think like they're working on it. They're trying.
They're trying.
Like to my knowledge, Lindsay Lohan and Amanda Seyfried got together recently. So maybe, just maybe.
Yeah. Well, so who are we? Rachel McAdams and I
think Rachel McAdams is down too. Yeah.
Of course she would be.
Of course.
She has to be in it.
She's such a queen.
She is. She's amazing. Rachel McAdams, if you're watching this.
Please, we love you.
We love you.
Please make Mean Girls too. Like a legitimate, because I know they went off to make some other Mean Girls that wasn't with them, and we're like, nah.
What?
Yeah. No. Look it up. It's not great.
No. Some series, some bullshit.
Big. No.
Paramount Plus.
Hulu. No, I'm just kidding. I watch Modern Family on Hulu. No hate. Okay. And so like just in Mean Girls, because everyone loves Rachel McAdams' character, Regina, she, Caddy goes off to like cut holes onto her tank tops where you can see like the circles on her boobs from her bra. Yeah. And then everyone in class, everyone in school cuts holes on their shirts too, so you can see their bras.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And they're running around, they're like, oh, we saw Regina do it.
Yeah. And then everyone does it.
Started doing it.
They're like, that's what's popular now. Yep.
100%. Exactly. Did you bring a meme for me today?
I did bring a meme for you today.
I want to see.
It's like so I thought of a meme, and then I thought of a full blown TikTok that just always makes me laugh. Yeah. So one of my favorite memes is do I have to can I?
Yeah, you want to look it up here?
On here? Yeah.
Happy Star Wars Day, everyone. Today is also my birthday, and because it's my birthday, I get to introduce you to my girlfriend, who is amazing.
Hi guys, I'm Brittany.
She rescues rabbits and
So off camera right now, we took a little break, and he showed me, which you guys just saw, the funniest compilation, and I think this is 100% legal, and you're totally spot on. Like either a meme, a GIF, or a fucking stitch job.
A full-blown TikTok is what I should.
Full-blown TikTok, and I fucking love it. Okay. Yeah. It was cracking me up. You think there's no more, they can't possibly add to this, and you're like, boom, next level, boom, next level, boom.
Yeah,
the internet knows no bounds.
They know no bounds. They can be cruel, but they can also be fucking hilarious. Yeah, which I love.
And oh my god, and it did. Immediately I'm like, oh my gosh, is this lady okay?
Just like that's why everybody like had such fun with it, because they were like, what? Like she seems like she's tied up, maybe. And I love when you're watching it. It's just like you see this original little screen just get smaller and smaller. It's just like, wow, they really went all out on this one.
It's comedic genius, I'll tell you.
It's comedic genius.
Yeah, it's just like they keep building and building and building.
Also my birthday, and because it's my birthday, I get to introduce you to my girlfriend. Everyone, today is also my birthday.
Marcus, you don't want to do this. Let her go.
My girlfriend.
Breaking news, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Breaking news, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Police are outside of his home waiting negotiation terms. Breaking news, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Police are outside of his home waiting negotiation terms. News, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Police are outside of his home waiting negotiation terms. News, a man is currently holding his girlfriend hostage. Police are outside of his home waiting negotiation terms.
The next one you could see would be like, I don't know, like Ariel from, because you get the Sky News or whatever, but you could easily take it into like space or whatever. You'd be like, oh my God.
I've seen a version of this where at the end the Avengers have assembled.
No.
There's literally like all around, there's literally like people in superhero costumes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
But if something were going on in real life like that, like, this is the best way to be like, guys, help me. I'm in danger.
Yeah. Blink twice if you need help.
What from this stitch is like your favorite though? I mean, it's all comedic and incredible.
It's all great. I think it's like when the SWAT team arrives.
Yeah.
Like, I think when I first watched it, I was cracking
You were
up.
crying, I'm sure.
The guy's holding a remote control, first of all. He's just like, open the door. And then the guy right after him, who's speaking into a piece of paper, being like, Marcus, you don't have to do this.
He's a negotiator on scene.
He's the negotiator.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for The Last of Us.
Oh my God. We are sinking so hard right now.
Oh my God. Wait, what?
Yeah, we're sinking so hard. I was about to say
Sinking?
that. Our minds are the same.
Oh, sorry.
We
I
are
thought you
in
meant like
sync.
sinking. I was like, oh, you're sinking.
Well,
Got it,
we
got it.
are sinking too because it's raining and it's been raining for
Yeah.
weeks in LA.
We're underwater, if
We're-
anybody's curious.
I was
There's
like,
water rising as we speak.
yeah. It's you hear that? Pss, pss. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm splashing with my feet.
The Last of Us, I'm so excited for that show. What else have I been watching? I haven't been watching. I've been catching up on a lot of movies, like old movies that I've like never seen, admittedly. And then obviously we watched Avatar 2, which was
Oh yeah, the way of the water.
The Way of the
water.
Water.
Water. My mouth is right. I can't. The H isn't coming out.
The Way of Water.
I have been lubricated with water.
For anybody that hasn't seen the movie yet, I don't recommend watching the first one before going to see the second one. It's just too much CG for your eyes.
Your poor brain was
Yeah,
like, it's
I was like,
melting.
I really didn't need to rewatch that first one beforehand. Although I did think the second one was a good movie.
The first one was better in IMO.
IMO. They're very similar.
They're very similar.
Yeah, sorry to spoil it, or maybe
No.
not. I
Not
don't know.
really.
They're very similar movies.
It's
It's
just-
impressive. Yeah. Yeah. I was just watching that Variety interview with James Cameron and Denis Villeneuve, and they're kind of just complimenting each other on Avatar 2 and Dune. But
Nice.
yeah, I didn't know that he had, I think he's already shot
Part 3.
part 3, part
Yeah.
4, most of part 4, and I think there's gonna be a 5th one as well.
I saw some memes on there getting upset at him about how they're like, yeah, next we're gonna go look at the Navi, the fire Navis, and they're like, wait a second.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking. It's just the last Airbender.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Way of Fire. It's like, all right.
Okay, come on, guys.
Yeah.
I thought you were building your original story.
Yeah. Right. Oh my God.
Someone come get your man.
So someone come get this man. Although I just got an email about Titanic 25th anniversary is returning to theaters.
Oh.
I might actually go see that. I don't know.
Wasn't that one also like 3 hours?
The Titanic? Yeah, I think. Yeah. Iconic. That's also a really funny meme. That the flute that's like out of that's like out of key.
I'll play here.
Yeah, please play that. I've seen that used.
Oh my my
plenty
God.
of times.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, we got into the movie boat.
There are things that we don't always understand, and that's okay. And recently, I stumbled upon memes that are made by Gen Zers. And so I've been trying to like kind of save some so we could explore further because they are so confusing. But since you seem to roll with them very, very well, I wanted to see if you understood what this Gen Z meme meant.
Oh, is this a game we're playing?
No, it's just
Boomer.
boomer humor. I hate my life.
Boomer humor, I hate my wife.
Oh, shit.
Millennial humor, I hate my life. Gen Z humor, hey mom, next time.
Don't tuck me in this. Tuck me in this. And so basically, it's this.
Wait. Wait, I didn't see the bottom for a second.
Yeah, right there.
Don't tuck me in this, tuck me in this.
And so for those listening and not that don't have Spotify video, it's this basically this little kid. He's wearing sunglasses. He's like obviously, I don't know, 7, 6, and he's smiling, has sunglasses on, and he's like, hey mom, next time don't tuck me in this. And it's like him pointing down, like thumbs down, and there's a picture of a bed. But then underneath that, he's like, tuck me in this, and he's looking at pretty much a grave.
It's a grave, yeah.
It's a dug up grave.
Yeah. That's really dark.
Exactly.
What I got out of this is that, like, okay, boomers hate their marriages, millennials just like hate their life, and Gen Zs just want to, I guess, just die at a very young age.
Apparently.
Oh my God, that's depressing.
I didn't even get that. Wow.
Yeah, so is
Holy
is that just a
Scheiße.
play on our like mental state of minds just deteriorating
yeah.
like as generations go
Oh
on?
my gosh. See, you got way further on this than I did, to be honest.
I don't know if that's how it's interpreted, but that's how I interpret
Oh my
it.
God, that's wild.
That's really dark.
I did, I've recently started watching The White Lotus.
Yeah, it's another one that I haven't started that everyone just won't shut up about.
I hate to get on this wagon, but I got on this wagon because at work, it was so funny. Josh hates it. We're like Timon and Pumbaa, and I'm spiritually Timon, and he's definitely Pumbaa, even though our bodies reflect the other. But that's besides the point. And he goes, hey, babe, we should watch White Lotus weeks ago, right? Because he's a big TV guy. And I'm like,
Yeah, Josh has
he's
seen everything.
He's seen everything. Because he's like, I have to watch my stories.
Yeah, no, and
He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. I respect that a lot for sure. I think the more you watch, the more you get
generate.
inspired by ideas, and I really need to get better about watching.
I told him that for one of your guys' next pitches, he said no to me, and I was very sad. But I was like, what if because he was telling me about the wizard, right? And I was like, but what if the wizard works at a cat coffee shop?
And he was just like, no.
And he was like, no.
Shoot that down.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah,
and I was
proprietary.
like, lame. Anyway. Oh, no, I think I said the first cat coffee shop in the United States. And I was like, he was like, no. I was like, fine.
He's like, no.
I'm like, boo. So I booed my man. I love saying, everyone boo this man. Everyone boo my man. Boo. Anyway.
That's cute.
Because he's my boo. Anyway. Yeah. And so then he was telling me about White Lotus. And I'm just like, meh.
Yeah.
And because he was telling me, he's like, it's about all these rich people. He hadn't even seen a trailer yet. So when he was telling me about it, it was just like what he had heard. And I was like, I don't want to hear about white people,
so he hadn't
rich
seen
white
it
people. No.
either.
But then at work, people were like, yeah, it's really good, la la la. And I was like, okay, fine. So we finally gave it a shot. We're like 3 or 4 episodes in. And every time we watch it, I'm like, and it's just like somehow nothing is actually happening at this resort, but every single person in the show is fucking awful in a different way. They all just suck as human beings.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
And they make you uncomfortable. So you're in the scene and you're cringing for them. And I think that's where the magic of the show is, where you're like, I can relate to this. It probably makes you think about like the worst parts of yourself if you ever just gave into those parts of yourself and what those scenarios would look like.
Yeah.
Oh, the cringe factor in that show.
Yeah, well, I think that a lot of the shows that come out these days that people talk about are different ways that people are like sort of like relating to that story or just relating to characters, because I think that like that's well, I mean, I feel like that's part of the problem is like a lot of shows that come out are just like the same show, and I'm like, that sounds cool, and I'm sure it's a really great show. It's just like it's not doing anything different that I wouldn't want to invest my time in.
And this is me throwing shade, another slang term.
Yeah, throwing shade. Yeah,
At,
everyone should know that one.
Everyone should know that one.
should
That
know
one's super old. That one's like decades old.
Yeah.
At that new, what's that movie or the show about a place where you rent? Oh my God, Blockbuster? No. What
Where
was
you rent movies?
Yeah, I remember.
That was a show though, Blockbuster.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it got canceled though.
After season 1?
Yeah.
So Josh and I watched the first episode. We watched a pilot, and we're like, I can't.
It's not good.
It's so bad that it hurts. It like physically makes you sick. You're like, I can't keep watching this. Like, and then you keep watching and you're like, I feel like I'm hurting myself.
Wow. Like what about it was bad? It was just like it was just like super sitcom-y, like cringe sitcom-y.
Yeah, like it was excellent lighting everywhere you went. You never really saw them go anywhere outside of like the wide shots or those specific rooms that they were in.
Yeah.
Like it never followed them anywhere. Like they were never walking down a hallway. There was no tracking. So you were just like, okay, everything is kind of stagnant. Everyone's just already immediately cares about each other. No one disagrees. And then the main guy, I forget who he is, or the guy he came out in Ant-Man as a detective. Really, he's the best. I love him, but it's just not a great role for him. Mm-hmm. He ends up at the end, like he likes this girl or something, and then she's immediately like, oh, I'm dating this person. But she just came back to town after a failure in life, I guess. Mm-hmm. And somehow in Blockbuster, he has like a suite, like an office, but it's a whole ass suite, like half the size of the store. Mm-hmm. And you're like, how do you... And it's separated by glass, and I'm like, what?
It just so nothing about the show makes sense.
It just nothing fucking makes sense.
And nothing. It doesn't sound like there's like a. What's the story? Like, is it just about characters that work in a Blockbuster?
They're like, we gotta save this last Blockbuster.
Oh, interesting.
And we're gonna do this today by throwing on this event. And you're like,
what? That's so crazy. So I was reading about that show because I heard that it was making a lot of news because it was like the irony of, it was on Netflix, right? Mm-hmm. It was the irony of Netflix producing a show called Blockbuster and then canceling Blockbuster, and people were like, they just canceled Blockbuster again. Yeah.
They did that on purpose.
And it's like, was that on purpose? Like,
I think so. It's like a stay down. Don't get ideas. Stay down.
That's such a waste of money and resources, though.
And Netflix is like, I got it. It's a tax write-off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, it failed. Oh, all right, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. Can you just write it off? It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So Stone Street, I think, is the name of the coffee shop. It used to be a coffee shop, but now it's a Blockbuster bar. Do you know about this?
No.
It's on Melrose Avenue. If you're here in Los Angeles,
of course, it's in Melrose. Okay.
It's got to be a pop-up unless it's a permanent thing now, but apparently it's this bar where like it's like a Blockbuster where they have the shelves and like there are movies like on the shelves like a normal Blockbuster, and like you take the movie up to the bar and they make you a drink based on what that movie is. So
interesting.
Like, for example, they'll have like the movie Pineapple Express on the shelf, and then you can take it, and then they'll make you drink Pineapple Express. Which is also a weed strain.
It is. And Pineapple Express, the movie, was fantastic. But also, like, how many movies or does that allow you for? Like, how many are on these shelves, and these bartenders need to know how many recipes?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know the logistics. I used to go there a lot when it was just a regular coffee shop, and then I drove by it, and literally, like, they have like the Blockbuster sign now, like on their like on the storefront, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And I thought it was a real Blockbuster for a second, but it's not.
Oh my god!
It's a bar.
Don't worry, it'll get closed up soon.
Probably.
For the third time.
God damn it, Netflix.
Okay, speaking of Netflix, they're always like getting in trouble these days for stuff, obviously, and there's always like hot tea around them. Like,
there is.
You know, Dahmer, them creating a whole version, like their own. What is it like? murder universe. Basically,
Yeah.
they're like, Dahmer did really great. Let's start making a bunch of these type of shows.
Oh yeah.
So they're like, people are really upset at them. They're like, it made us money. It's the number one viewed. What's his face got a Golden Globe for it the other day.
The guy who played
Dahmer, Evan Peters.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, oh boy. So they love being in hot water and in hot tea. So do you have hot tea like them to give?
No, no. So I don't know if you want to put this in here, but yeah, I remember when you sent me the prompt and you were like, yeah, hot gossip, and I was immediately like, I don't know if I'm gonna have any for you because I feel like a lot of the stuff that
You're unproblematic.
No, it's just like a lot of the stuff that I would normally have as hot tea. And I'm not saying that I don't have it. I definitely do. It's just stuff that I know I can't talk about with other people. You know what I mean? It's like I respect these people enough to like not talk about it because if it was anything like about something I don't care about or about myself, I'd be happy to talk about it. But
You're so sweet.
I have a lot of hot tea on that. Of other people that I would.
Oh, but you don't have any hot tea from you.
No, I mean I don't think so. Like what? Like I don't know. If you ask me a question, like a very very personal question, I'll answer it for you right now. How about that?
I feel weird that like one day you and your roommate are gonna split from being roommates, and like.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah, I feel because I've known you as a dynamic duo. Everyone knows you guys as like having like the best roommate setup or something, and and to think it'll be an end of an era. I'm like, why? Why does it have to end?
Why does it have to end? Why do you feel this way?
Why? Because you guys are so fun. You guys are just so fun. Like we know, like KJ and Sarita are gonna come over. Woo!
Yeah.
Or we're gonna go to KJ and Sarita's. Woo!
Oh yeah. So I'm sure I don't know if people need context, but yeah. So I ended up. I think it was like almost 3 years ago now. I moved out of a place, and then I was just kind of like, I just kind of want to find a place ASAP. I don't really want to like spend too much time looking for a new roommate. So I found someone had posted on Facebook Marketplace that they had a room opening. I know everybody's always like, I don't know.
You could have been murdered.
Could have been murdered, and I like I did the whole like I read the prompt on Marketplace. I looked up her profile. At least a little bit, because I don't know, like Facebook back in the day.
Like limits.
Yeah, you can only see a little bit about who a person is, but I figured like it wouldn't hurt to just go and meet the person, which is what everybody should do when they're meeting a new roommate. Yeah, so I mean, I sat down with her and I was like, she seems fine. Like I really like the spot more than anything. It was definitely a huge upgrade from where I was living. So I decided like, okay, if I don't like it, like just move out again, which I mean, everybody always says you can do, but it's really hard.
Dude, it's a pain in the booty.
It fucking sucks. It sucks. I don't know how people
move around so much.
Like every year. That's tough. Nah. But anyways, my roommate, Sarita, well, she became my roommate. And then after that, we became really good friends. And yeah, and it's worked out. And I know it's not always like that. It's really tough actually to find like a good roommate, but then also like, someone that becomes your friend is really nice. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that, she works a lot now on the West Side. And I don't really care I've really loved to grow in Hollywood.
Well, you're in the cinematography world. Like you have to kind of be around.
Yeah, well, I would say just the filmmaking world in general. Yeah, I wouldn't peg myself as a cinematographer. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. No, that's like a compliment. That's a compliment that I won't take because I'm not a good cinematographer.
Okay, fair. But do you want to share what you do?
Share what I do?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So So
there was lint on the microphone.
I don't think it was lint. I think it might have been spit, actually.
A spit bubble.
Spit bubble. Yeah. So I do freelance production work and photography. The photography is definitely the most consistent thing for me right now. So basically, I contract for this company called Jet Focus, and they do a lot of marketing photos for private planes, sometimes helicopters, and there's a lot of travel involved. So it's literally wherever.
You're a Delta Diamond.
Delta Platinum last year. Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah. I don't know how many miles you have to fly to be platinum, but I did get platinum. Diamond's the highest,
The highest.
one. Yeah.
You're one day you'll be a diamond diva.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I might be able to get it. It's just like you have to really just like fly with one airline and like not do anything else, and you could probably get it, but
Delta.
yeah, Delta's the best airline.
It
by
really
the way.
is. We just plug them so hard.
We just play them so hard.
But look, I've done United. Hate it. Sorry.
They're okay.
I've done American. They're like the nice, almost in between. No.
It's my least favorite
Oh,
airline.
wow.
Yeah.
It's not Spirit.
I mean, I haven't flown Spirit in a long time. I don't.
Ooh.
I'm sure Spirit is. Everybody talks shit about Spirit, and maybe they're bad. I don't know. I'm sorry, Spirit.
Sorry, bro.
But American Airlines, I've flown a lot over the past year, and every single time it was not a good experience.
Oh boy.
I have stories for sure. I don't know.
We'll have to have you come back. For
Yeah,
that
I'll
one.
come back. I'll come back to get into specifics.
No cap. I didn't use that right, did I?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's correct.
What does no
Saying
cap mean again?
Like no lie.
Okay. Yeah, you're coming back.
lie.
No cap.
Yeah. I'd be happy to come back. Thanks for having me this time around. Yeah.
Hey.
But yeah, so a lot of travel, a lot of photography for that company, and then I do production, art department mostly.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a director, and I don't know. It's a tough thing to really get into and take seriously, especially in the beginning. I think I hear a lot of directors say that, like, oh yeah, once you start directing like real stuff, it becomes a lot easier. But it's just like starting to direct is
that's
quite
a lot
daunting.
I feel like it's daunting, but I think there's so much discipline that happens that you need to just be ready for, and it depends on whatever season of life you're in.
Yeah.
It's super oof.
It's a lot of responsibility, I think, too, for like to I mean, every role is crucial in a production, but like to say director, it's like, for me, it always is like you're putting a lot of weight on your shoulders then, which I want for sure.
Do we want to use a yellow couch, or do we want to use a mustard couch, or do we want to use the olive couch?
It's the nature of as Christopher Nolan always says, it's the nature of the challenge of it all. You really have to know every department well enough to be able to communicate stuff like that, and it's a fun job. It's really tough. Like when I'm very minute, I'm always like, why am I doing this? Why did I choose to? Why did I want to be the director of this? And then, you get through the shoot, and the best feeling is when you've actually like gotten something that you're really proud of. And that's the thing, is like, you're not always proud of what you do. I think that's like more motivation to keep trying it, for sure. And you don't get that many chances. At least for me, I don't get that many chances. It's a very expensive thing to get into as well, especially if you're directing your own stuff, Yeah, so I don't know, like I think I'd eventually like to have my own place, and I think everybody wants to just like have their own place eventually.
Yeah.
But I mean, LA is always such a complicated
LA and
place.
roommates has such a complicated relationship.
Oh, it's tough. Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like everyone has a roommate, or obviously eventually you have a partner and you guys split the load.
Yeah.
Or it's just hard, man.
This one time I worked on something where I had to drive to like Santa Clarita. You know what I mean? But I was like, that's very rare that I'm like going that far.
Oh my God. So you're reminding me. PAs. I used to drive odd, like when I was PAing more, and I was like, okay, I think I'm done. My knees and my bladder cannot take this anymore.
Why you're? Yeah, I get that.
Right.
I get that.
And I don't want to keep telling people when I go 10-1. And so
I stopped telling people. I just walk away.
Walk away.
Yeah.
I'm taking a shit.
Yeah.
No. And so I remember like there was one gig I had to do like in Lancaster, and I'm like, I'm driving to Lancaster every day for this. This is so dumb. And so basically I was just.
How far is it?
Lancaster's like north of here by like at least another hour.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's far. In the middle of nowhere. But and it's dry. So it gets so hot. Anyway, no offense, Lancaster, but you suck. And so Josh was telling me about this guy he knew back when he was PAing often, who was like a regular PA, not like a day player, because him and I would do more day playing. And he's like, yeah, and he lived in Orange County. He just loved like Huntington Beach area. He loved that area. But we would be doing jobs hecka everywhere. So this man was used to being on the road for hours every day on top of like a 16-hour day, 17-hour day. I'm like, it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
Oh my God.
No, it's not.
Like your quality of life, bro. Like,
yeah. It's fun for a while, and then you realize, like, oh my God,
my bladders and my knees.
My bladders and my knees.
While I'm driving.
And my wallet. Yeah, while you're driving, exactly. Yeah, that's why it's tough, because you really like, you got to put up a price on like what your time is worth, and it's like if you're paying X amount more for rent, it's like, but the commute is going to be X amount shorter. You know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those things that I feel like people don't think about when they factor in like how much they're paying for rent is like, but where is it located? You know, like it's like the joke about real estate, about like where are you buying property is actually like the most important question. It's like, where exactly are you going to be, you know? Yeah.
I feel like anything you buy in Los Angeles is, it will be worth so much more money in like 10 years.
Yeah, I don't think, and I'm not a pro, but I know that like buying property is, I don't think has ever been a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, like to invest in property is always going to be like profitable. Yeah. I'd like to own something eventually.
Well, after the era of you and Sarita ends.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason why. But here's the thing. After our last Christmas party, I remember her saying like, yeah, like even if we don't live together, I think that we should keep throwing holiday parties. Like, and I was like, yeah, I love that.
Doesn't end.
Yeah, definitely not for holiday parties.
Fuck yeah. Woo!
Maybe we'll be like at a legit venue one day,
yeah,
and it's still just the same like holiday party.
And then on the 18th minute
of every hour,
we'll take a shot.
We take a shot, but you don't have to if you don't want to.
Because, you know, social obligations.
What's that? You've been sober for 10 years? Oh, you're good.
You're good. Yeah. No, you got to do it right now.
You got to do it.
On the 18th minute.
Yeah.
Dude, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah,
that was so
thanks so much for having me. This is really fun. Yeah.
Yay!
To hear myself talk.
Yeah, whoa, this is what I sound like?
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh my God. Well, guys, happy January 25th. Turns out today is Burn Your Supper Day, Library Shelfie Day, National Fish Taco Day, Observe the Weather Day, Saint Dwayne Wednesday,
Saint Dwayne
Wednesday.
Dwayne.
It's spelled DWYNWENS, and it's the Welsh's equivalent of Valentine's Day. So kiss somebody today. And happy...
If you're in Wales. Wait, is that what it is?
Yeah. And happy Tatiana Day. You go, Tatis, out there.
Jesus.
But you guys, that wraps our show today. I hope you guys like the memes that were brought in and our interpretation of the Gen Z memes and the hot tea of one day the KJ and Sarita roommate saga will end, but the Christmas parties won't. Woo!
They will not. They will continue.
Pew, pew, pew. But yeah, so just want to say a quick thank you to Sent to Destroy Studios with Chris Bonifay for letting me have my show here in his spooky man cave. To our creative producer, Joshua Taylor, the extra equipment loaned to me by Ted, which is why you can see me today. As opposed to my camera that's pointing at KJ. Haha. And then visual graphics that you see is thanks to Eric Ayala. And thank you for being an amazing guest today, Keith Shohui.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me. This was really fun.
Thanks for doing your homework today.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I already see it. You're a fan favorite. You'll be back.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you. I'm totally honored to be here for sure. Yeah, this was fun.
Yay!
We'll come back for sure. No cap.
No cap. And last but not by least by any means, wow, that was really hard. Thank you guys, the listeners, for tuning in every single week. We can't do it without you. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe because it helps us big time. And make sure to follow KJ at
KJ Sadaral. KJSADURAL. Instagram is my biggest thing right now. You can find me on probably Facebook too.
He be right there. He be right there on the socials.
I'll be right there.
You can find me that.
Yeah, please.
Don't forget to follow the pod at Toxin Sips, TALKSNSIPS. Wow, that was so hard. And myself at JFox with 2 X's at the end and 2 underscores. Feel free to write in to toxinsips@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. If you have a meme that you want us to go through, or a Giphy, or a whole TikTok compilation, send that shit in, bro. Link us. And yeah, don't forget to reach out if you have any questions or concerns regarding today's show. And lastly, message the pod on Instagram if you want merch, because we got hats. With all that being said, I am Jay Fox and you are
KJ.
We'll see you next time. Bye.